guys, welcome to Project Basildon. In this particular project, I'm going to be revealing the living room, the entryway, 2 bedrooms, kitchen diner. It's more like an open space. There's also a cloakroom. If this is the kind of video you love to watch, which I know you guys love this kind of videos, please go ahead to hit that like button and subscribe, and let's enjoy this project reveal. For this particular reveal, we are going to be revealing the entryway. You guys know how we do it. We introduce you into the entryway, we show you the cloakroom, and then we take you all the way to the landing so that you understand the concept of the design and also the color theme that we are going for in this property. This is a new build, and the difference with this particular client is that they are open to colors. So that has also opened up our creativity to blend in very beautiful colors for them. So we started by painting the walls. You can see that we have a very interesting color on the wall, which you guys are going to see in most parts of this property. We introduced this color because we wanted to add warmth to the space. I personally struggle with having white walls. I mean, don't get me wrong, white walls are so beautiful. If clients are happy to keep their white walls, by all means, we encourage them. But you guys know that I always try to push clients to do something a little bit out of their comfort zone, which is why you have an interior designer anyway. So for this particular client, they gave us that freedom to introduce any color. They didn't even choose the colors. We chose the color for them. Now, there is also something we do when we're dealing with clients. From the first visit, we try to pick a little about the client. The first visit is always very important for us because we want to know you, want to know what you like. We want to know, okay, if we are left to choose a color for you, are we going to choose a color that will really suit your personality, if you get what I'm saying? So for this client, we realized that they love blue. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. So this will now make you understand where we're going to. One more thing to note in this property is that they have an underfloor heating. So the whole of downstairs, you're not going to see radiator, which makes designing it absolutely a pleasure, because I love when there are no radiators here and there trying to, mar our design style. So that also inspired what we have done in this entryway. Another brief that you need to note is that the clients actually want a clutter-free interior because they have a toddler. So they want a child-friendly home where their kids will not feel restricted when they're walking around, the house. So because of that, we were restricted to some things which I'm going to reveal as we go. So for this entryway, there was no need for a console table or a bench. We just needed to keep it free. So we used up the vertical space and we introduced these pieces I'm going to show you guys now. So let's start with this. When you walk in, the first door by your right is the living room. That's why we've shut it, because we don't want you to see the living room yet. As always, we always reserve the living room for the last. And then by the left is the cloakroom, which I'm going to show you guys after we have finished the entryway up to the landing. So what we did with this space is we, first of all, introduced this large chandelier because we want to, of course, you guys know that Didi likes to make a statement at the entrance, and that's why we have introduced this large chandelier, but we made sure that it's not in their way when they're walking past. So we kind of took it a little bit high, but it's so large, it's just beautiful. We had to introduce these 2 wall lights you can see here, 2 marble wall lights. Again, remember that we're not allowed to bring in console table or sideboard into this space because we want to keep it clutter-free. So this client actually loves mirrors a lot. So that inspired us to introduce this very large mirror that you can see here. This is why I said the lack of radiator kind of helped our design style for this house. So imagine that there was a radiator here, we wouldn't be able to go with this size of mirror. We would either take it all the way up. So we had to use up the whole wall to introduce this very beautiful antique mirror. Now imagine the blend of antique mirror with this marble wall light. Marrying both antique and modern is the most timeless thing you can ever imagine. It's so beautiful. So That's what we have here, and it's so stunning. It's a full-length mirror, so you can see your whole self. It reflects everything that you have when you're going upstairs on the landing and all that. When you walk down here, this leads to the kitchen and the dining area, which I'm going to show you guys in another video. So here there is an understairs storage, and it's an additional storage for them because I don't think they have a garage here. Let's go upstairs. So we wired this part of the wall. We're able to introduce this large wall light for the client because we wanted to add extra lighting to this landing, and that's why we have this here. It's so beautiful. It's this type of light that can actually give you the cool white or the warm white depending on what you prefer. One of the things the client requested for was they wanted our gallery wall, but unfortunately they don't have like that large wall on the landing where we can do it. So we decided to do this for them. We use this wall to introduce the gallery wall for them, to personalize their space. The gallery wall tells a story. This just depicts a growing family, a very young growing family. And come to think of it, looks like I've just been designing young families this year. And that's beginning to make me think that this is heading somewhere. Anyway, they have a toddler, so this is very functional for them. So when you come up, we have this large wall here, which we have introduced this full-length mirror again, just to open up the space. I told you guys that their landing is quite small, even though it feels a bit high, but it's quite small. So we had to use up this vertical wall to reflect all the beautiful things going on down there and open up the space even more. So this looks really beautiful. I like that it's a minimalist one, so it's not just too much in the face. When you come up again, they also introduced this raindrop chandelier here. I would ordinarily not do this for clients, especially when I feel it's in the way or in their face, but I think it's not really in their face. Like, it's just on its own. It's not blocking. It's not where we have the movement, if you get what I'm saying. So she really wanted something dropping. She didn't want flushed or something minimal. She wanted something dropping to make a statement, which is what we've done for her here. And yeah, it looks really beautiful. And then over here, these are where the rooms are. I told you guys that we styled 2 rooms here, so we're going to show you guys later. So here we just introduced this black frame. Very beautiful. This is the only wall that we could have used for the gallery wall. I felt it was going to restrict us a little bit. It was going to be a bit narrow. I actually prefer gallery wall. Like, if we're supposed to make the large one, I prefer it to spread out, if you get what I'm saying. But this was going to restrict us, so we decided to just introduce this frame here, just above the radiator. And yeah, let me take you guys to the cloak room so you see what we've done in the cloak room. So like I said earlier on, by the left side when you walk into the house is the cloak room. We didn't do so much. It wasn't part of their priority, but then again, we needed to make it feel up to standard, you get what I'm saying, in case you have guests, so it doesn't feel neglected. That's why we have what we have here. Coming, because it's a very small cloakroom, we went all dark with the paint, with a blue, dark blue paint. I think this is not royal blue. This is a bit navy blue. So we went all blue with the paint across all the way to the ceiling and put up this little lighting. Okay, and what we now did was to introduce this towel rail and the tissue holder and this lovely gold round mirror. We just introduced this round mirror to open up the space, and so that when someone is washing their hands, you can easily, do some checkmates. And then we put up that little vase up there. Like I said, this is not a priority for them, so we had to make it look the part when you come into a well-furnished and styled property. Because again, it's on the way, and this is a guest's toilet too. So this is what we have for this particular review. Let me know what you guys think. Would you do all white, just like the previous Maldon project, or would you go for a colored entryway like this to highlight the doors? For me, I like the way it has highlighted all the white doors instead of just all white walls, white doors. It feels very clinical for me. That's my personal preference anyway. It doesn't rub off on anybody. Doesn't mean that white is not beautiful. just do whatever works for you. But I would love to know what you would prefer in your space, assuming this was your space. Would you be like this client to say, you know what, do whatever you want to do? Or would you be like the previous client that would say, please keep my entryway white. I want to feel, I want my house to, stay white. But yeah, that's what we have done here. And it feels so warm, so inviting. You guys need to see the bedrooms. You guys need to see the living room. You guys need to see the dining. Like, I think it's one of those projects that surprised me. I will tell you why in subsequent videos, or maybe the next video you guys are going to watch. I'll tell you why it surprised me. Anyway, it turned out really beautiful. I can't wait to reveal the other part of the house to you guys. So you guys know how to reach us by now. Either use the address on the screen, or in the description box we always leave our email or even our website there. You can send in an inquiry if you have any winter project. We are taking on new clients for the winter. And if you have really enjoyed it, please follow us on all our socials and do the needful by hitting the like button and subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next review. Stay fabulous. Bye.
I try to figure out who I am. Not sure what I'm doing here, and the days don't work out the way I thought they would. And before you there was no one who understood. Never found somewhere I fit in. Until I met you I was feeling lost. But you're the one who can make it go away. All you have to do is look at me. Sometimes I can't breathe, but it feels like you're the one who saves me. When I try but don't succeed, yeah, it feels like you're the one who saves me. The one who saves me.
I'm trying my best to hold on. It's not easy, but I'm feeling stronger with you. And the days don't work out the way I thought they would. And before you there was no one who understood. Sometimes I